and welcome. Welcome to the September New Moon Ritual Workshop. If it's your first time seeing me, hola, my name is Comadre Cristal, and I'm an intuitive spiritual life coach, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to help heal the collective and really help all of you really find your true inner selves and live an authentic life. And the way I do that is by channeling messages, by bringing in tools and advice that one, spirit gives me, but also that I personally use on my own daily life to really live the life that I am happy with and truly wanting to have desire with. So, today's new moon workshop is going to be all about intention setting, creating the life that you want by using the new moon energy. And a lot of the times, manifestation really comes in with what is it that we truly desire. However, I have always used the new moon, and the way I bring in spirit is by asking, where do I focus on? What do I put my energy towards in creating this life that I want? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Just what it is that this new moon is inviting us to focus on and what kind of energy to bring into our subconscious. I will be making announcements after the ritual workshop. So if you want to stay for that, please stay. I will be making announcements of the month ahead because I cannot believe we are already in September. Goodness. Friendly reminder, this is donation based. So if you would love to leave a little donation to buy me coffee, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is part of my purpose to help all of you, and it's just by sharing this amazing magic on YouTube. For those of you who are catching this live, the chat is open. So if you want to leave anything in the chat, you're more than welcome to, and I will respond as soon as I see it. If you are catching this after the live session and it already recorded, that's okay. You can also leave anything in the comments and I will do my best to respond as soon as I see it. But I'm so excited to be here today with all of you. We will be I will be, let me give you a little timeline of what to be expecting for the rest of the workshop. So I will be bringing in our spirit team to just really guide us and help us with any channeled message, any spiritual guidance. We will then be ending the session with a guided meditation where we will be using the energy to set the intentions. While we're doing that, we also will be doing a ritual where I will be lighting a new moon candle. This candle we will be putting the intentions into it. This is a collective energy. So as long as you're participating, we will be putting into this candle. If you're watching this after, that's okay because time doesn't have like there is no timeline. It's it's very beautiful in how when you see when people continue to add and charge into something, it does become more powerful. So if you watch this over and over and over again, each time you're watching it, it does continue to add on to the intention that we are going to be setting today. You are more than welcome to grab your own candle. You're more than welcome to dress your own candle. You're more than welcome to do whatever feels right for you. I already have a candle made and what the intentions put into it. So that's what we will be doing. And after that, we will write a little intention. I will burn it as my method of handing it over to the universe, and then we'll be done. So, yeah, let us begin. So, as always, I like to get grounded. Before we get grounded, as you remember, it's the 3, 3, and 3, where we inhale for 3 seconds, we hold for 3 seconds, and release for 3 seconds. But I want you to do more than just breathe. I want you to imagine. When you're breathing in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in love, light, positivity, everything and anything you want to hear, need to hear. Fire and butterflies is what I like to call it. And when you hold, I want you to imagine that all that energy is traveling from your body, from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet, tips of your fingers. It's just traveling all over your body. And then when you exhale, I want you to imagine that it's leaving everything and anything that's holding you down, holding you back, what no longer serves you is just leaving your body. We'll do that 3 times. I will walk you through it. And so, yeah. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold and release. Another deep breath in. Hold and release. Last one, make it count. Hold and release. Okay. Are we ready? So I am seeing that with this new moon, I do see a lot of emotions that people need to be um processing and releasing and also kind of embracing, I'm hearing, because the thing is that okay, a lot of manifestations, a lot of goals, a lot of dreams that many of you have to start from within your heart. The thing is that if you're not going into it with your heart completely into it, it becomes harder to really manifest and set the intentions of what your heart truly desires. And so I'm really seeing that we have right now with this new moon, it's inviting us to really look at our heart's desires, looking at what it is that we want, what it is that we need, and then trusting that that's in the highest alignment for us. Excuse me. So, because my throat is getting clogged, this does have a lot to do with many of you having to speak up for yourselves. And so, make sure that you're setting boundaries. Make sure you're sharing what it is that you want. No more goodness. A lot of you need to stop playing small and need to really step into this power. And I understand everyone's on a different path. This is a collective reading, but I really do feel like there's this fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being understood is what I'm hearing. It's like there's like I don't want I don't know if people are going to understand me, and so that stops a lot of you from really moving forward. So that's really what I'm seeing, but this new moon is a beautiful new moon because this really is a place of completion for many of you. It's so funny. I actually said this for those of you who are subscribed to my monthly newsletter. I just sent out my monthly newsletter the other day, and I was talking about how the summer was for many people, summer was challenging. There was lots of gifts and lots of great things, but then there was also lots of heartbreak and lots of things that were hurting us. And the thing is that as summer is now coming to an end, this is your chance to really start to tie up any loose ends. Really start to really see. I'm hearing the lessons that you learned in the summer, the lessons that you learned. Well, it's funny because I say summer because that's where I'm located, but Spirit just told me, reminded me. I also have some of you amazing familia that are watching from other parts of the world. So let me backtrack and say, as summer is coming to an end in the North Hemisphere, and many of you, winter is coming to an end in the hemisphere. There is an opportunity to really look at the lessons you learned and look at how things have happened for you and how they're shifting. Because life happens for you, not to you, and it gets really hard when we are in a place of loss. Because we don't want to experience loss. None of us want to experience loss. But for many of you, the loss is real. It's valid, and so that's where the emotions are coming in. If you have not sat down to really process the changes, if you have not sat down to process the grief, that's where it gets challenging. And that's for many of you why some of your intentions are a little blurry or a little unclear, because we have to release, we have to grieve in order for us to have a fresh start. And so sit down with that, sit with those emotions, sit with those feelings, sit with all of that, and just really process how it is that what you learned and how you can create the life you want based on what you've learned. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for sharing that. Moving into your apartment next week. Yes, like okay, perfect example. Thank you for putting that in the chat. So, as you are moving into your new apartment, for anyone in the collective and the feeling, as you are moving, as you are changing, as things are happening, are you sitting and processing the loss? Are you sitting and processing the changes? Are you sitting and processing everything that you have gone through to really accept and embrace this beautiful gift? Because here's the thing, and then, oh, thank you, Pete Pablo, for sharing that. Homelessness for 2 years. Look at that. What an amazing gift from the universe. What an amazing opportunity to be moving into your apartment and especially after being homeless for 2 years. And are you really sitting with that enjoyment? Are you really sitting with that happiness? Are you really sitting with that worthiness? That's the word that I'm hearing for all of the in the collective. It's when you set those intentions, are they coming from a place of worthiness? Do you feel worthy of it? And and again, it comes and goes. I like for myself, for an example, sometimes I get caught up in and not feeling good enough or not feeling like I deserve something, but that's all ego. That's all our trauma responses. That's all something that is part of what is trying to protect us from getting hurt. But what we don't realize, it's not really protecting us, it's just keeping us from growing. And so really what I want all of you to see is as the things in your life have been falling apart, if you're coming out of the loss of things and you're coming into new opportunities, new things, are you processing those feelings? Have you sat down and really just Spirit's telling me do this very specifically. Have you sat down, put your hand over your heart, looked around your life, looked around everything, and just say, wow, I am doing it. I have been doing it. I've done it. Look at this. Yes, don't get caught up in all of the bad things, but look at where you're coming from and where you're doing. Because here's the thing, at the end, Spirit just said, like, there's always a new day, a new beginning, a fresh start. And if you get caught up in never feeling that you're going to get there, that's the energy you're bringing in. And with this new moon, we don't want to bring in the energy of chasing. We want to bring in the energy of attracting. And for many of you, you attract with your emotions. You attract with those feelings because feelings is the magnitude of things. We it's so funny. I said feelings are the magnitude of things, and it's true. It's like our emotions magnify everything around us. If you are receiving a gift and you sit with that happiness, more gifts will come. But if you receive a gift and you sit with I don't know, am I deserving of this? Am I like, I don't know if this really for me, is it going to work out? Is it? And then you start to really overthink it. That's the energy that you're attracting. And so then everything else in your life, you're going to start attracting or you're going to start questioning. You're going to start attracting things in your life that you're not sure about. Confidence is key. Um, and yeah. And so sit with that joy, sit with that happiness. I always say this in for those of you who have worked one-on-ones with me, you know personally I've shared a lot of my own personal story. I've been sharing a lot of my personal story through my streams and through my YouTube channel. But I remember there was a one point in my life that I truly felt that once I obtained this, I'd be happy. Once I obtained that, my life would be better. Once this person would stop doing what they were doing, my life would just be so much better. And it didn't happen. that I would obtain this goal, but I still felt unhappy. This person would stop doing what they were doing, and yet I still was not confident within myself. You know, for Spirit is encouraging me to share this. Okay. For many of my romantic relationships in my life, my partner cheated on me. Mostly every romantic relationship I had, my partner cheated on me. And that was the thing that in my mind, prior to my own spiritual healing journey, I always felt that it was me. Like, well, maybe if I lose the weight, maybe if I am a little bit more feminine, maybe if I do this, like, things will get better. Again, that goal. If I achieve that, this will happen. Well, guess what? I would achieve that, and my ex partner would still cheat on me. And so I never, like, it never really understood. My brain would never understand how that was how possible. Well, that was the thing until I started my spiritual healing journey, where it dawned on me, my happiness does not depend on others. It depends on within myself. I can be happy and content whether everything in my life is happening the way I want it to or not. It's like that moment of complete surrender. And so for many of you, surrender, process, and feel, 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 feel. We got to feel those feelings, the good ones, the bad ones, and the ugly ones. So feel it and then be proud of the journey you're coming from. Because many of you have come from a very, very, I mean, I know, thank you, Pete Pablo, for sharing in the fact that you've been homeless for 2 years. And part of the Familia Collective, the many of you have experienced so much in your life, so much shit, so much trauma, so much garbage, so much stuff has just been thrown at you and thrown at you and thrown at you. So just take a moment. Take a moment and hear what I have to say, and take a moment to appreciate this. You are so amazing. You are so strong. You are so resilient. Yes, there's been terrible things that have happened. And look at you. You're doing it. You're here. That that is amazing. That is a gift. And higher power could not have been more prouder than you than ever before. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of everything that you've accomplished. And I am so proud of you for everything that you are going to continue to accomplish. So sit with that pride, sit with that love, sit with that gratitude, because you are a lot stronger than you have given yourself credit for. And if you are giving yourself credit for that strength, own it. Own that shit. Yes, be proud of yourself. No more playing small. I started this session earlier. My throat chakra clogged of no more playing small. Speak your truth. Speak into who you are and own it. Be proud of it. And this new moon is really meant to help you with that. This new moon, we're setting that intention of what is it that you need to do to focus on owning your power, owning your strength, owning your story. Oh, that's good. Owning your story. We got to own your story because it's yours and yours alone. All right. So let's see. Let's ask Spirit. What can we use this new moon energy to set the intention? What can we be focusing on to set the intention in order to reach um our highest alignment, in order for us to reach our true heart's desires? What do we need to set the intention on of focusing? What do we need to manifest? Okay. Oh, I love this. So we got the 3 of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles underneath the deck. Hold on. I really, before I dive into this, I want to acknowledge what was put in the chat of can't celebrate until I'm out of the shelter. I hear you. But celebration doesn't necessarily mean like you have to go party and go do the like it starts within. Are you celebrating inside of you? Are you proud of your journey? Are you saying, "Yes, I'm accomplishing it"? Because the thing is, if you sit with this moment, like, how do I put it? Spirit wants me to use this as an example. Not too long ago, a while ago, I I got my ego got into my head of like maybe I should go back to a 9 to 5 job, and maybe because I love your now comadre, and this is great. However, there's challenges. There's I've been unlearn un there it goes again. I've been unlearning a lot of the comfortability of having a consistent paycheck, but and leaning more on my intuition. And so I had this opportunity. I got into get into an interview, but I celebrated. And I didn't celebrate having the job. I celebrated the fact that I was moving in the path forward, and I celebrated that I was even called back to interview. That's what I celebrated. I didn't celebrate the end result. I celebrated the moment. And so that's what I'm trying to share right now with you, Pete Pablo, or and all of the collective and the familia. It's not about celebrating the end result. It's about celebrating the moment. The moment that you are moving into your apartment next week, celebrate that. And it's funny because I just heard a lot of people stop themselves from celebrating because they don't want to jinx it. You're not gonna jinx it. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. It's like, "Here, I want you to have this," and spirit is giving it to you, saying, "Here, I want you to have this," and our job is to be like, "Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you," and just celebrate with that, and then trust, flow, surrender, and let go to that. But it's our egos that get us caught up in, "We can't be celebrating this because if we celebrate, we're gonna jinx it. What if something goes wrong? What if this da 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 da," and it's like, that is thinking into the future. We cannot think into the future because we don't have control over the future. We have control over right now. We have control over the facts. And there are things that we can celebrate in this moment. And so it's really about being, and what I mean by celebrate your life, it's like celebrate you, celebrate your growth, celebrate where you've come from. And that's what I said earlier, celebrate your story. And I know it's hard to celebrate our stories, especially when we come from trauma and there's just a lot of things that have happened in our lives. But it's not saying celebrate and say, "Okay, I'm so happy this happened to me." It's, I see that this happened to me and I'm so proud of myself for the growth I've had from this. I'm so proud of myself for the strength I developed because of this. I am so proud because I did this. I was resilient enough for it. So I just had to share that. Because I hear it. You're right. You cannot celebrate till you're out of the shelter, 100%. But I want to celebrate you in this moment because you're doing it. You've been doing it, and I'm so proud of you. Okay. So, back to this, the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles underneath the deck. So, the 3 of Pentacles is really like this new moon is inviting us to look into manifesting more of team, bringing in more people into our subconscious, into our conscious world, into our 3D world, into our circle, because I keep doing this. I keep hearing like this circle. I've said this and I say this all the time. Healing, be if that's a spiritual healing, a physical healing, whatever you feel like your healing means to you. Healing is not meant to be done alone. You need to have a team in order to heal, in order for you to level up, in order for you to become the best version of yourself, in order for you to get to a place, you need a team. And that's what a lot of you, the 3 of Pentacles, is the new moon is inviting us to use this energy to call in our team, to call in the people who are going to help us, you know? And this could be your spiritual team. This could be actually like physical people. This could be your ancestors. This could be anything that you feel you need. One of the prayers that I've picked up on in my own spiritual healing journey has been praying to my spirit team of bring me the people who are going to help me and remove the ones that don't. And then from when you do that, you also got to accept the fact that you're going to lose people who you thought were going to be there with you. And And so we really got to be able to work on that. And with the 7 of Pentacles, um, it's telling us about that vision. Again, you have a goal, you have a vision. You don't have to reach that vision alone. You don't have to reach that goal alone. Create your team, bring in your people, bring in the people who are going to guide you and support you and love you through it. You don't have to do it alone. You don't. You really don't. And so I really do see that with this new moon energy, it's inviting us to look at our team, look at the people in our lives and bring in more people. Bring in, I just heard, bring in high vibrational people. Bring in people who uplift you. Bring in people who don't judge you. Bring in people who love you. Bring in people who support you. And I just heard cheerleaders. Bring in your cheerleaders. Bring them in. And if you don't have them, pray on it. I mean, that's what we're going to be doing today. That is what this new moon workshop is going to be all about. And when we end it, we're going to do this ritual of bringing in these people in our lives who are going to help us and support us. But those goals, you can't achieve goals alone. Like you need people, you need support. And it looks different for everyone. It looks different for everyone. Um, so um, what else is coming up? Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Delegate, ask for help. If you feel like there's something in your life that you just need help with, ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of incompetence. Oh, that's a big word, incompetence. It's not a sign of incompetence if you need to ask for help. Like it's okay to ask for help. Ask your team. Ask your spirit team. Um, That's okay. People, if this is a collective reading, this is for everyone. If you feel that you don't want any of this, you don't have to take any of it. I always tell people, take what you like and leave the rest. I'm just here channeling the messages to guide people, but it's at the end, you are on your own path. You are on your own journey. So again, always take what you like and leave the rest. If you don't want a team, you don't have to have a team. I'm just sharing what the new moon's inviting us to do, but you can always take what you like and leave the rest. All right, so let's ask Spirit in regards to what tools can we use or learn or gain in order to really create and bring in this team, the team that's going to help you level up, the team that's going to help you um, achieve your goals. hmm Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So what tools can we use? Um, I already shared one tool that I personally use, which is prayer. I always pray on it. Ask Spirit, bring me the people who are going to help me and remove the ones that don't help me. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, we got the Ace of Wands with the Magician, and then we got the Three of Cups underneath the deck. So, Ace of Wands, Roots of Fire. I really want the many of you to see that the tool is start looking at energy, start looking at how, it's so funny because this is a collective reading, and so I'm really seeing that there's a lot I'm seeing that there's all kinds of levels of people who are, if you're here, you're here. And many of you are at different stages in your energy understanding of how energy works, understanding how how the universe flows, understanding how things happen. But one of the things that I really do want you to all to start seeing is energy is real. Again, your energy starts within you. Your mindset, your energy, the way you say things out loud, the way you speak into the universe, the way you share things out loud. It starts with that. Like it really does start with that. Not too long ago, I am always very well aware of the words I'm using and the words I'm expressing and the words I'm just putting out there because I always say this, the universe is always listening. Always listening. And if you're in a negative and you're in a low vibration, that energy that you're putting out there, oh, it's never going to happen. This isn't never going to happen. This is never going to happen. Well, guess what? It's never going to happen because you keep saying you are putting that out there. And so the Ace of Wands really wants all of you to know, like, hey, we're in the beginning. You want a fresh start? Start talking fresh. You want a new beginning? Start talking like a new beginning. New opportunities. We got to let go and burn away the things that no longer serve us. And with the magician, exactly right behind it, it's that reminder you are the magician. You are the co creator of your life. You have a lot more power than you give yourself credit for. I said this earlier too. Like a lot of you are not giving yourselves enough credit for the blessings that you've received. A lot of you are not giving yourself enough credit for the new, beautiful opportunities that come into your life. It's because, there's this, oh, I'm just lucky, or oh, I just like, no, own it. It's your story, it's your life. And so I really do see that many of you, the tool that will help you bring in your team is by asking, speak into it. Whatever it is that you feel like is being called to. So for many of you, I'm hearing the actual reaching out to people and saying, "Hey, I'm struggling. Can you help me?" Or, "Hey, I don't know what I need, but do this for me." It's so funny. I just got the message right now. The other day I was talking to my neighbor, beautiful woman, love her entirely. And I was just telling her about some stuff, and she goes, "Oh, well, if there's anything I can do just to help you, let me know." And I said, just pray. Just give me a prayer. That's all." And she was so sweet. She's like, "I'm always praying for you." I was like, "Oh, thank you." But that's like even simple as that. Just putting it out there and saying, I'm praying for this person. May this person receive everything. And so sometimes that's all you need. It's just someone to put a prayer, someone to put a good I just heard put in a good word for me. And so that's one of the tools. You also learning more about your own magic and your own ability. Many of you start to discover who you are. Start to really dive in deep. Depends again. Everyone's on a different path, but I harness a lot of my energy based on my astrology, based on the fact that I'm a triple fire. I know this about myself. And so when I make decisions, I'm always very well aware. Because I'm a triple fire, I tend to be very impulsive. So I'm also very well aware when decisions come to me and I have to make a decision. I personally cannot make a decision off the bat. I have to process. I have to sit. I have to take it one day at a time because I have a habit of being impulsive. And when I'm impulsive, it doesn't always work out well for me. So that's what it means by the magician of look into who you are, look into what you are all about and what it is that you want. And how can that bring in how can you use these parts of you to strengthen your journey? For many of you, human design, your gene keys. Do you know what your human design is? Do you know what your gene keys are? And if you need help, I have the perfect coach for that. My really good friend Megan Lambert, an amazing coach who does specifically human design and gene keys. I'll be sure to put her information in the description after this. Um, Go to her, ask her like, "Hey, Comadre Cristal over here shared something about human design and gene keys, and the more I know about myself, the more I can harness my magic. Help me out." Phenomenal woman. She can help with that. But anyways, yes, Pete Pablo, my name is Cristal. But yeah, so really discover who you are, find out who you are, because the more you know how to harness your own magic, the more you know how to bring in your own strengths. That is how it's going to be easier for you to call upon your team, for you to call upon your spiritual team, your physical team, your team. And then with the 3 of cups underneath the deck, it's all about that joy and that happiness and that place of I j- I'm hearing that you can find peace, you can find serenity, you can find contentment regardless of what's going on around you. If again, for many of you, I'm hearing specifically because many of you are banking on this end goal, like, once I achieve this goal, I'll be happy. But here's the thing, what if that goal doesn't happen? Does that mean you're not going to be happy? No, you should be happy regardless if that happens or not. And so the way you find that is by you discovering your magic, you discovering who you are, you discovering that part of you of saying, oh, I can make this happen regardless. And I could be happy even if that happens or not. And that's what the Three of Cups underneath the deck is really showing me. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Do your research. I just heard read more books. Again, for many of you, depending on where you're at in your path, just do research, look into it. Like, okay, this is interesting. What are human design and gene keys? Let me look into it. Just look into it. Knowledge is power. And if it's something, sorry, my nose is really itchy, so I keep like scratching it. Um, so if there's something that you are into. You're like, okay, let me do some research about this. And then you get there and you're just like, doesn't vibe with me, doesn't sound like it's me. That's okay. You did your due diligence, you did the research. Now we move on forward to the next part. And so that's really what I'm saying. Do your research. I always say this, take what you like and leave the rest. That's all you got to do. Take the things that resonate with you. Take the things that you like. Even with these readings, even with my services as a spiritual life coach on YouTube or on one-on-ones, I always tell people, take what you like and leave the rest. It's like you just take what resonates for you and the rest, if something doesn't resonate, doesn't work with me. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You get to make it your own because you are the magician of your life. I'm not the magician of your life. Sue is not the magician of your life. Peter is not the magician of your life. You are the magician of your life. I am my own magician of my own life. I cannot control other people's lives. I cannot control other people's reactions. All I have control over is my reactions. I don't even have control over my life. That is what God steps in and says, okay. And I just trust, flow, surrender, and let go to it. But you got to learn how to harness that energy of yourself to really accept that part. Okay. God, this is a good new moon workshop. Okay, so let's close this out with your chisme. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, chisme means gossip, but this is the good gossip. This is the chisme from higher power. This is from spirit. Let's see, like it can look different. Words of affirmation, confirmation, anything that you need to hear. What is the chisme of the familia? Mm. King of Wands with the Four of Swords underneath the deck. I know at times you may not feel confident. I know at times you may not feel worthy. I know at times it's it, it's overwhelming. Life can be overwhelming. And yet, I really want you to know that you are the throne of fire. You are this amazing person, amazing human being that gives off love and gives off this ability of strength and of confidence. We just got to find that. And spirit just really wants you to start looking for that. And for many of you, you know, that hard work that you've been doing, the resting, that's what the Four of Swords is representing, the respite of just sometimes unplug, sometimes disconnect, sometimes go within. Because when we try to find validation outside of us, that's when we get disappointed and that's when we get heartbroken. Find that validation within yourself. Take time for yourself, take time away. Again, spirit keeps telling me, celebrate. Just celebrate you. Celebrate the good, celebrate the bad, and celebrate the ugly. And if you're having a hard time celebrating those parts of you, that's where you reach out to your team for help because there's plenty for you to celebrate, And if you're coming across this video, it's because, your spirit team really wants you to know you're doing it. You're amazing. You have this ability to be confident. You have this ability to be strong and independent and a leader. You just got to rest for now. Sometimes we get caught up in wanting this so badly that we ignore what our body's telling us to rest. Sometimes we just want to achieve this end goal and we forget to just stop and smell the roses. We forget to stop and breathe. Oh, that's a good one. Many of you just breathe. When you start to get overwhelmed, my favorite thing, I just stop what I'm doing, put my hand over my heart, and just take a deep breath in and release. And do that as many times as you have to until you get to center yourself again. Because when you're not centered, that's when it gets really hard and it gets really difficult. Center ourselves, breathe, enjoy the moment, enjoy yourself, love yourself. Find those things about yourself that you can embrace entirely because you are amazing. You really are. And your spirit team, spirit is so proud of you. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. You know, I'm seeing I'm really being attracted to the typewriter right here. And I said this earlier, own your story. Many of you write your story. Share your story. I'm not for those of you who want to again, being pushed. If you have been thinking about creating a little biography about yourself, do it. What's stopping you? It's so funny. I literally just said, "What's stopping you?" And I received all of these reasons, and I'm like, "Okay, that's exactly what's stopping you." I am here to tell you, just start it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have. It's just doing it. For those of you who have the means, get your tablet, get your laptop, get whatever, and just write it. Just write. Get your phone, make a little note, and start writing something. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. But it's getting into that habit of it. Again, many of you have a story to share. Share your story. It doesn't have to be writing it. Everyone, it looks different for everyone, but I really do see this ability to share your story. Social media is such an amazing tool nowadays where we can share our stories on social media. And again, everyone's in a different place with it, but share it. You have something to say, and your growth can inspire others. So, you are meant to inspire, you are meant to shine, you are meant to be, again, that throne of fire, because you are fire. Mm, I love that. Okay, let us now do our little ritual. And then with this ritual, we'll do the meditation to really continue to set the intentions into it. So if you have a candle, great. If you don't, that's okay. I have your candle for you. So for those of you who have the candle, great, grab it right now. We'll do this little intention setting into our candle, and then we'll do the meditation. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm backtracking. Your candle. I have the petition paper where we'll be writing down the collectives. I will be writing down the collective's petition. You can write down your own petition. Um, And then we'll set the intentions, we'll meditate on this, and then once we're done, I will hand this over to spirit. And the way I hand over is by burning. I'm a triple fire. I've said that before. So I like burning everything. So I will burn it to hand it over to spirit. You can do whatever you want with your own petition. If you want to bury it, if you want to rip it up and soak it in water, if you just want to rip it up and throw it in the air, or if you want to burn it, that's okay. That's using one of the four elements. If you're not into using the elements, that's okay too. You can just put it away. You can put it into a little God box if you have one, or a little jar, or you could just set the intention, put it away somewhere where you'll forget about it. That's okay. Or if you just want to throw it away, that's okay too. There is no right or wrong to this. Handing it over to spirit does not have to be this exact thing, da 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 da. It's whatever feels right for you. I burn, so I'm going to burn. But you can do whatever you want with your intention. Okay, so my pen, let us write the. So you can write your name on the piece of paper. I'm putting familia because this is the familia. And then you can start writing under this new moon. We, well, you put I'm putting we, call upon my, I wrote our, team that helps me, I'm writing us, helps us obtain my goals, my passion, my heart's desire, heart desires. I find my magic to live the life I truly desire, and be confident in our bodies, or my body, and be the leader I am meant to be. You can continue to write whatever you want to write. There's no right or wrong to this. Again, this is based on this reading. This is the intention that as a collective, I am putting out to the universe. You can still do whatever feels right for you. Okay. So now get this, get the candle. And we are going to begin. Mm. Sorry, I gotta also do my audio for the music because you all know I love doing meditations with music. Okay, so I'm gonna light this candle. Candle is lit. Set the intention that this candle lights our path. And the petition is right underneath it. May this candle guide and protect us. Okay. Now let's do the meditation to really bring all of this into our subconscious and really help us release and bring in what it is that we need with this new moon. So whenever you're ready, get comfortable, get some water if you need to. Okay, and let us begin. Close your eyes, get comfortable, and just listen to my voice. So, whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose, all the way in. Hold and release. Let it all go. Another deep breath in, all the way in. Hold and release. Let it all go. Last one, make it count. Biggest breath you've taken all the way in. Hold and release. Let it all go. Drop your shoulders and relax. I want you to just focus on your breathing in and out. There's no right or wrong to this. Just breathe in and out. Any other thoughts, just let them go. I want you to imagine that right in front of you, burning is your beautiful bonfire, your inner bonfire. This is the fire that gives you energy. This is your connection to Source. This is the fire that guides and lights your path. You have a candle. This is also in front of you, your candle. And I want you to connect with your bonfire. And we're going to use our 5 senses to connect. So bring all your awareness to the sight. What do you see? What does your bonfire look like? Breathe in and out. Bring your awareness to the smell. Inhale deeply through your nose and just take an imagination smell of what your bonfire smells like. What do you smell around you? Bring your awareness to the listening. Let's take a listen to your bonfire. And what do you hear? Breathe in and out. Bring your awareness to the taste. If your bonfire could have a taste, what would it taste like? Remember, there's no right or wrong to this. Just listen to your intuition. Don't overthink it. Bring your awareness to the touch. If you could feel your bonfire, what would it feel like? Do you feel the heat, the warmth? I want you to do an internal check-in. How are you feeling? What emotion are you processing in this moment, looking upon your bonfire? Just acknowledge the feeling. Breathe in and out. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you taste? What do you feel? I want you to imagine now that from this beautiful bonfire comes out a beautiful butterfly, your inner butterfly. This is the butterfly that guides you, protects you, is your direct contact to your bonfire. And it's flying towards you, leaving a beautiful white light of protection connecting you right straight to your bonfire. And it starts to circle around you. And as it circles around you, you're starting to see that it's putting you into a little cocoon, a cocoon of protection. And your butterfly is circling around and around and around. And it lands on the top of your head, leaving down protection going down your body, down your face, down your shoulders, down your arms, down your chest, down your stomach, down your hips, down your legs, down your feet, further down, connecting you to the roots of Mother Earth. You're in this cocoon, protected, you are safe, you are connected above and below. If you have any thoughts, let them go. Just breathe in and out. I am sending you energy. You're more than welcome to decline the energy. It's your choice. But I'm just sending you energy to help relax and bring you into awareness of yourself. If you have any worries or stresses in regards to these next few weeks, anything that's holding you down, holding you back, I want you to think about it and just hand it over to your butterfly. Imagine that your butterfly just sucks it up right out of you as you have the thoughts. Breathe in and out. Any concerns, hand them over. Any stress, hand it over. Any doubts, hand them over. Breathe in and out. Just imagine all of this being lifted out of your body. Breathe in and out. Imagine your butterfly now taking everything that you thought about and hand it over, taking it back into the bonfire and letting everything burn, transmuting everything into love. And I want you to sit here and feel all of this freedom, feel the liberation, feel all of this gone out of your body, knowing that it's taken care of. I want you to imagine now that from this beautiful bonfire comes out your higher self, the best version of you. Everything and anything that you want to have and obtain, this person has. You walk up to each other, you give yourself a big hug, full of love. And your higher self just starts to give you everything that you need. Love for yourself, confidence, your magic, your strength, your resilience. want you to repeat after me inside your head or out loud. Under this new moon, I call upon my team that helps me obtain my goals, my passion, and my heart's desires. I find my magic to live the life I truly desire and to be confident in my body and be the leader I am meant to be. Under this new moon, I call upon my team that helps me obtain my goals, my passion, and my heart's desires. I find my magic to live the life I truly desire and be confident in my body and be the leader I am meant to be. Under this new moon, I call upon my team that helps me obtain my goals, my passion, and my heart's desires. I find my magic to live the life I truly desire and be confident in my body and be the leader I am meant to be. Breathe in and out. If there's anything that you need from your higher self, now is the time to ask. Just take a moment and listen. If you have any other thoughts, let them go. It is time for your higher self to go back into the bonfire. And as they walk back, just want you to sit with this gratitude, knowing that everything you want, all your passions, your heart's desires are going to come into fruition. Knowing that the magic you have to live the life you want is happening, is coming. Sit with this gratitude. Let this gratitude vibrate through your body. It is time to start putting your bonfire away. There's no right or wrong to this. You can always come back to it whenever you want. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in, all the way in, hold, and release. Let it all go. Bring awareness back into your body. Move your toes, your legs, your arms, stretch. Open your eyes if you haven't done so already. And welcome back. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. Okay. So, um, let's burn your intention that we did as a collective. Again, your own personal intention. You can do whatever you feel is right for you. Um, Again, there's no right or wrong to this. There really is not. It's really all about what you feel is right for you. So let's do this. Let me burn the intention. Okay, there it goes. All right, familia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. Um, I'm gonna stay on a little longer to share announcements, but from here, we're done. I'll see you all next month for another new moon ritual. As regard for the candle, don't worry, I will let the candle burn all the way through, uh, in keeping all of our intentions that we set out to the universe. And again, remember, the more we watch this and the more people watch this, the stronger our intentions are going to get. So if you want to share this video, you feel like someone needs to hear this, send it to them. You never know. Also don't forget to subscribe. It's what's helping my YouTube channel grow. So if you can give a little like and a subscription, that would be amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget this is donation based. So if you feel inclined to just contribute to the collective, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And may all of your blessings be returned to you 10 times. So, thank you all for being here. With all of that, I am sending you all so much fire and butterflies. And as always, don't forget, love your now. Bye. All right, let's do quick announcements. September is here already. What? Oh my God, this year has been flying by. So we just did the new moon workshop today. The next full moon, the next moon workshop ritual that I do is the full moon. And so the next full moon ritual that I will be doing is scheduled for September 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, come and join. It's same like like this one. It's going to be streamed live on YouTube, and then if you miss it, that's okay. You can always catch it later. So yeah, the full moon workshop is September 15th at 8 p.m. And then for those of you who are interested, I do have Comadreando coaching sessions. Those are spiritual guidance with meditations. And those sessions I have scheduled for September 10th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and September 26th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also do hold 2 sessions in Spanish for my familia que habla español. And those sessions are September 5th at 10 a.m. and September 20th at 1 p.m. If you want, be sure to go check out my YouTube channel. That's where I have all of the information of upcoming events that are going to be on YouTube. If you want to have more information on events that I personally do, not just virtually, but also in person or constantly, be sure to go subscribe to my website for the newsletter information. I send out emails with in regards to my blog posts that I create, any podcast episodes that I release, or any just thoughts that are going to help people. Um, that is all my announcements. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I love you all so much. This has been such an amazing journey to be on and to be doing this, and I'm just so honored and so grateful to be a part of this with all of you amazing, amazing familia out there. All right. I love you all. Bye.